Rudyard Kipling once said, if you give me 60 seconds worth of distance in a minute, run, 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 my son, and the world will be at your feet. What did he mean? He means that if we are able to do justice to the every minute of time, every second of time we have, probably we will end up being the best. Use of time, and obviously, the meticulous use of time is essential to qualify civil services. Not just civil services, any other exam. As you have seen this year's question papers, you might have realized that there is a lot of introspection to be done, a lot of thinking needs to be required. Well, that is not something which is common to most people. And that is why the exam becomes too glamorized. This exam has been often hailed as the mother of all exams, probably toughest in the world, but I would not agree with that. The mother of all exams is the context in which every human being fights for survival. That circumstance, that situation, that will, that urge to fight and survive is universal. And that is the mother of all exams, right? That's the competition, the very basis on which the competition starts. Same applies to this, though I would not sound to be too capitalist. I would not sound to be too technically oriented, saying that yes, you can work like a zombie or a machine or a humanoid, right, without taking breaks, without reviewing your emotions and maybe people around you. It is not possible. But then if given 5 to 6 months, if given the time that you have taken, if that time is utilized logically, if that time is utilized somewhere in search for a better alternative, definitely you can qualify. As this exam has already proved, and it would belittle my entire effort to beat my own drum, but it is quite obvious that many of these students have come up with the reviews and the appreciation that this year's paper of public administration, not just this year, many years, but this year is a little special because it is not at all the kind of complicated papers people used to feel. Earlier it was. This year's paper is very conceptual, easy to write, and somewhere requires common sense. But yes, common sense is not so common, right? You have to develop it. So this year's paper has been evidence, a witness to the method, the kind of logical analysis we follow. We tend to develop the perspective of students, not just give them information. Information, as you know, can be acquired to a large extent by ChatGPT as well, though I would say it may not be that interconnected information. So when we say interconnection, analysis, integration, what are these terms? Nothing. These terms are basically conceptual understanding. So we are continuing with the tradition that we have. We are starting with our the next offline batch from 1st October, the orientation, and probably 6th October, not probably, actually, 6th October we'll be starting with the class. Orientation on 1st. This will be again 4.5 months to 5 months program, which will be dedicated to various aspects. One, your thorough conceptual understanding, right? Second, vocabulary building. Every subject has its own unique way of expressing things, and that is what makes that subject or that study unique. Third, right, how to integrate this syllabus so that our effort is minimized, but then definitely the gains that we have gets maximized, or we enhance the benefit from that, right? Fourth is the way we want to express things. How do we write answers? So we have very unique draw program into this daily revision and answer writing, though obviously the name may seem to be a little more intimidating, a little tough. It is not like that, right? We give you sheets to write. I evaluated myself, right? 2 questions or in a sheet, 4 to 6 questions in a week. Mostly Saturdays we give it to you, you write it, right? And if it continues even when you have finished your program.
And Ashutosh Pandey Sir.
I am Solanki and I have secured rank 61 in UPSC Civil Services 2023 examination.
I am Dipesh Kaur. I secured All India rank of 622 in UPSC Civil Services exam 2020.
Write it if you're definitely willing. So around 100-120 questions you write from different topics of the subject. And through this process, you not only develop an ability to write good answer, but you are able to revise your content, which we have discussed in the class. Also, by constant input, by constant, indications that I give, the constant evaluation that I do, you also develop a habit, right, which probably you do not have while you were writing your university examinations or engineering examinations. So you need to be pinpointed every day, right, every week, that this is what change has to be brought. This is how you have to put heading and subheading. This is what introduction should be. This is how conclusion has to be. How to appropriately use diagrams, give relevant case studies and data and facts. Add policies to them. Where to include second ARC. So it includes a lot of things. It's a lot of hard work, but we consistently do with these students. And I would not mince my words that yes, students who are willing to go the extra mile, we go much more than that, right? So it will have it's like as you can see, it's offline mode, and online means you will be getting the recordings of the class, right? No doubt about it. In the online or e mode, right, as you might be knowing, we are with the Sarthi, right? Though certain things will not be visible there, like the draw program, because that's a lot of effort. But yes, the classes, the analysis, it's the same thing. So in the E mode, we are with the Sarthi IS, right, where you can inquire. In the offline mode, we are having our own process, though it is the same process, right? I would not try to distinguish between them. There's no dichotomy between us. Fine, but this will be offline, right? Then draw program, I've told you, class tests, we have 4 class tests, right? And a mock test when your classes are over. Doubt sessions we keep doing, PYQs are integrated, fine, and obviously a strong interaction model that we follow for learning. Now the direct and the indirect benefits. Obviously the indirect benefits of public administration, as you know, has a lot to do with your governance paper. You've seen governance paper this year. Unless you have in-depth understanding of administration and the nitty-gritty of administrative aspects, you may not be able to tackle those questions easily, right? And obviously in general studies, you're not going to put that much of effort for that part, even though that part is almost 50% of your paper 2, general studies paper 2. Fine. In ethics paper, you might have seen the case studies which have come, or even the philosophical part, which was earlier with more or less focused on philosophy. It is more or less focused on administrative ethics. So indirect benefits are many, right? Plus, we believe that once you have developed the ability to understand things, whether you want to understand the subject or you want to understand your essay, you want to understand your governance or ethics or social justice, it doesn't matter. Your ability to understand and comprehend things in a wide variety of perspective is going to bring the needed change, right? Where you can crack the exam easily, right? Otherwise, it is obvious that there are a lot of inputs that we have to put, right? Self-study is definitely very important, but self-study under a controlled environment is good, right? It obviously saves a lot of time that we might unnecessarily waste. So this is starting from, like I told you, 6th October. First will be our orientation. Fine, you all are welcome to join the program. If you have any queries, you can definitely reach out to us. This is the number, right? You can WhatsApp us, you can email us, and definitely you can raise the queries and doubts you have, right? There may be certain myths, there may be certain figments of imagination that may be associated with you, with the subject, with the exam, right? So we can solve them, right? We can make it very clear for you. We can defog all that, right? So thank you so much for listening to me. Keep watching this space for further analysis on various topics of public administration, ethics, governance, polity, and many other areas of UPSC, right? Also, I would recommend you one thing, that whenever you are coming, whenever you're thinking of doing something, right, kindly go through the syllabus once. Once going through the syllabus gives you a sense of security, right? At least if you have any queries, at least you will know what exactly those queries mean. So thank you so much for watching. This is Ashutosh Pandey. All the best to you.
Success with the Public Administration Foundation program led by Ashutosh Sir, starting 6th October 2025. This offline program brings you powerful classes, daily answer writing practice, and meticulously prepared content and study material. From basics to brilliance, will shape your UPSC journey the right way.